Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So price hasn't really moved since the last update, no change really. So we're still watching for a potential B wave bounce that could start today or so. But we're going to take a look at that in a minute. First of all, you need to understand that price rallied in 5 waves off the 15th of June low. So we have a 5-wave move up. We wanted to have the 5 waves up. Okay, there can be some discussion around, was the wave 1 here or was the wave 1 here? This is basically primary count and alternative count. Looking back, it doesn't make any difference. It makes a difference in terms of, okay, how is the structure to the downside now occurring before we go up further? Now, it is nothing else than a setup. That's what it is. It's a so-called 1-2 setup. It is not a guarantee to work out to the upside, but it's a 1-2 setup, and it's a pretty good one that I find we've got here, because we can recognize the waves well. There's always what I say, a setup is good as long as we can recognize the waves well. That's especially the case on the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts at the moment, not so much on many altcoin charts. They move in a very uncertain way, I would say, right? Anyway, Ethereum, I think, is now grinding its way here and working its way through the wave 2. And we're going to take a look at a few things now. So obviously 5 waves up, yeah, in a primary scenario. Let's talk about that first. Primary scenario before we zoom in would include the idea that price topped here in a wave 1. That was on Friday. We forecasted 5 waves down. Those 5 waves likely bottomed yesterday. And we're now looking for a larger bounce in a potential B wave before we come down further in a C wave. That's the primary scenario. Support levels are 1875, 1828, 1780 and 1713. Below 1713, this setup is likely not going to work out. Alternative scenario is that the wave 1 is shifted here to the high of the 3rd of July. We came down in an A wave. We already had the overshooting B wave, so we're not getting another one. And we are already down in a C wave now. Now, if that's the case, it can absolutely happen here, then I would still like price to go a little lower in the yellow box anyway. But if we go substantially lower than where we already were yesterday, so let's say if we go below 1828, then I don't think we will get another B wave, and then I will shift the secondary, the alternative scenario, to the primary. They are both likely possibilities. They're both in basically the same scenario in terms of we are in a wave 2. The question is just, do we get an A, B, C, or is this already the C wave down? So it doesn't really make a great difference to anybody who tries to understand the lower degree waves. It is worth knowing that these two possibilities exist. Now let's zoom in. Obviously, we're focusing on the lower degree time frame on the primary scenario. The idea is that we bottomed yesterday likely in 5 waves because we have 5 waves down. Okay, this can always extend a little lower if it has to, but below 1828, again, we're shifting to the alternative scenario. But in the primary scenario, we're watching if a B wave could start. Yesterday, we already had a potential first wave of the B wave. The B wave is a 3-wave move, A, B, C, and let's call it a target, or at least let's say resistance, possible target area here is 1952 to 1995 in the C wave of B. I cannot guarantee yet that the C wave has started. It just hasn't moved enough, but price hasn't really moved since the last update anyway. So there's no change. Maybe it needs another low, whatever. But as long as it's holding 1875, I think we can assume that we are already in the B wave. Below 1875, I think we might test 1828 before attempting the B wave rally. And below 1828, we have to assume that we're already in the alternative wave count. Now, interestingly, we had a lot of support here. We still have a lot of support. So we've got this trend line here, structural support from the range. Okay, so focus on this area. So this might cause a bounce maybe today. Again, I haven't got enough information to say we will bounce, but we just need to be watching for this B wave right now. But overall, the trend is still down. So you need to approach it in the following way, in my opinion. The trend is down. We ultimately expect lower in the wave 2. We could get a B wave bounce. If that happens, I will take some profits. Yeah, it's just sort of opportunistic profit taking if the market makes a small jump. But overall, the trend is down. We will ultimately expect lower. Okay, so a B wave, again, can be very shallow, can be very long. We just don't know. That's what a B wave is like. So you need to know that to be able to make your decisions, which in my opinion is just a bit of wait and see. And if we get that opportunity by the market to take some profits, then I will take some and then scale in lower again if we come down in the C wave. And if we just rally through, fair enough, I'm not taking all profits, I'm just taking some, okay? So that's sort of the idea. And again, what cannot be predicted can be managed with tactics. But both scenarios are basically the same, and we expect still lower in a wave 2. Also because Bitcoin hasn't actually reached its support area yet, so it's fully expected to do that at some point, but we talk about that in the Bitcoin video. Yeah, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.